Okay, guys, hi, how are you? Okay, so start there.
Guys, on this channel, we like to do a couple things, okay? We go out
sniffing,
and then we
make pee-pee.
So guys, I guess the funniest story that's come out over the past couple days is this guy, what's this guy's name? Joe Brendan. Joe Brendan, he's some kind of a government official of some kind. They haven't really explained it properly, in my opinion. They haven't explained it in a way that is clear to me, that I can understand. So,
I want to be very clear.
Very clear up front.
oh, okay.
Not every Republican, not even the majority of Republicans are MAGA Republicans.
Okay.
Not every Republican embraces their extreme ideology.
Left nut.
I know, because I've been able to work with these mainstream Republicans.
All right.
But there's no question that the Republican Party today is dominated, driven, and intimidated by Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans. And that is a threat to this country.
So I watched this speech for this channel. Okay, I watched this. And, it's in large part, it's your fairly straightforward, boring political speech. Hey, look, this is what I did.
This is what I did, it's a big deal.
But the part that people are most interested in is about half of the speech. For about half of the speech, he's like, hey, my political opponents? They're not very good. Actually, they're bad.
They're bad.
This has never been done before in the world or in life or in politics, is saying the people who I'm running against in elections, they're bad. And YouTube kooks, the kookosphere is going crazy over this thing.
Joe Biden has called people that disagree with him semi-fascists.
Oh.
Does this mean that the left are through with even pretending to care?
What?
Hello there, you 5.8 million awakening wonders. Thank you for joining me on this voyage to...
Oh, Jesus, Russ.
Does this mean that the left are through with...
Russ.
Hello there, you 5.8 million. Oh, Russ.
Russell Brand is amazing. He has 5.91 million subscribers. He uploaded a video today where it says, it's happening now. It's happening now. What is it? Do I have time? I got a pack. I got this. And I got these two. Oh, I click. Okay. Why does Russell Brand have 5.9 million subscribers? It's because he is the most, or whoever does these thumbnails, are the most shameless clickbaiters maybe on YouTube. Here's another. It's an effing disgrace. He's big on anti-vax content. I think that's how he really blew up, is with this anti-vax stuff. You're not going to like this. What is it? Okay, I'll get my stuff again. Oh, click. Oh, I click. Okay. So he's definitely gearing his content toward like anti-vaxxers and Trump people and wellness lunatics. He's had Tim Pool on where he's like, Tim Pool's a genius. 5.91 million subscribers.
Hello there, you 5.8 million awakening wonders. Thank you for joining me on this voyage towards truth. A truth that is already within you in the form of limitless light, connected to all reality. Hey, did you hear that Joe Biden called the MAGA movement semi-fascist the other day? Now, whether or not you're a Trump supporter, and I'd have to say that I'm not a Trump supporter. You lot, I know, really love him. Me, that's not my bag. But I certainly don't think you should be calling civilians of your own country, of which you are president, semi-fascist, unless they literally are genocidal, racist maniacs. And I personally believe that when you start to talk about people that you disagree with in contemptuous terms, that is the kind of end of civility, the end of reasonable hope for a better political future.
Right. Here's another great thumbnail. So it was all a scam. Oh, I click. Right. Okay, click. I almost kind of admire Russ Brand because it's like they'll ban your ass on YouTube. They'll ban your ass for, medical misinfo or whatever. So he has to be, hey, I'm just asking some questions here. Not saying anything definitive, but leading you to the exact conclusion, and then you go by yourself there. Russ, this guy Russ, he's not as bad as most of the people that we look at on this channel, whatever, with the Chuck Kirk or whatever, these absolute kooks. You know what I mean? That's what we call them. These guys who are doing self-satire, basically. That's how stupid their content is. A very charitable interpretation of Russ could be he gets on there and he's like, yeah, hey, we can agree, man. maybe we should just focus on the, the economic stuff, the more important stuff. Okay, let's go back to the thumbnails for a second. I like that he's got 2 thumbnails within the past couple of weeks. It's happening. Okay. It's happening. Then it's happening now. It's happening in 13 days. Oh, okay. And then 13 days. It's happening now. I told you, remember? But we're not doing that on this channel. Okay, I'm not trying to get 5.9 million subscribers, so we could kind of be a little more straightforward.
Start to talk about people that you disagree with in contemptuous terms. That is the kind of end of civility.
It's almost kind of sweet if you weren't just kind of, telling people what they want to hear. But he's like, when you start to talk about people in contemptuous terms, that's the end of civility.
Also, it's happening.
Oh, I click? You start to speak about people in contemptuous terms, that's the end of civility. The reason I say it's almost kind of sweet because it's like, this has never really, that has never really existed. I mean, the most obvious historical example I can think of is go look up, just Google Lee Atwater 1981 interview. This was a Richard Nixon campaign consultant. Just look up his Southern strategy stuff and all that, and then come back and say, oh no, it was civil until. But it is pretty funny to see guys like this. They're like, this is right. Hey, can you believe he said this? Can you believe he said this? You can't just call a bunch of people one thing. And at the same time, the past month, I've been clockwork oranging, these Charlie Kirk and all these people, Ben Shapiro, all these people. And not just them, but actual high-ranking, government official senators and all these people saying, hey, if you don't agree with us, you're a child molester.
Thing back in October. I think I have the first OK.
Was that you? You were actually the legit first OK groomer person?
I am the first OK groomer.
So I think the civility boat has already... I think the civility Titanic has already sunk. The civility Leonardo DiCaprio, he already went down. Ooh, bye-bye. But that's beautiful. I almost feel like that's what being a parent is like. You just have to deal with this insane logic of a little kid,
These people are being really mean to us, These people who we've been calling pedophiles for no reason for months and months.
I guess the other thing that boggles my little boggle about this is, isn't this all that Donald Trump, this guy?
Bye.
I know I'm like, oh, hey, let me point out something. Hey, did you guys think about this? I know I'm doing that, but isn't this all that this guy, what's this guy's name? Donald Trump? Isn't that kind of all he did all the time?
We are now in the process of defeating the radical left.
Whoa!
The Marxists,
Oh.
the anarchists,
Jesus.
the agitators, the looters,
Oh.
and people who, in many instances, have absolutely no clue what they are doing. Bye.
Oh, Jesus, Donnie.
In our schools, our newsrooms, even our corporate boardrooms. Bye. There is a new far-left fascism.
Far-left fascism. Far-left fascism. Bye-bye.
Whoa!
That demands absolute allegiance.
Whoa! Jesus,
You do
Don.
not-
Jesus, Donnie.
Weird.
So, of course, he said the exact same thing, whatever. 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, who cares? Who knows? Who cares? And then he said,
Bye.
and then he did this in his pants. But I envision a political world where it's just it's these people that we never hear from, and they just do work, politics is just, they're just oh no, I don't even want to be on TV, They're just tireless, thankless workers who are hey, we got you so that you don't have to struggle to sign up for healthcare anymore. And you don't worry about it. Or, hey, we're going to get trains so it's easier to get around. That would be a beautiful political world of just yeah, we do. You don't worry about it. That's our job. You have a better time. You have a better life now. It's a little easier. It's a little easier for you now. But instead we get this. So that's okay. This clip right here is great, and it pretty much tells you everything you need to know about the vibe of the political situation of the Russell Brand show. He's got this guy on his names. He's got this guy on, what's this guy's name again? Max Blumenthal.
socialist-oriented countries like Venezuela or Nicaragua trying to take their own path in the face of imperial demands.
Right.
And
Jesus, Russell, turn your mic off, you son of a bitch.
I actually just, in these countries have interesting models that can be learned from. I just interviewed the Nicaraguan version of Anthony Fauci. I interviewed her actually in February, but we just published it at the Grayzone. She was the top advisor to Nicaraguan President Daniel Ortega. Of the socialist-oriented Sandinista front.
Okay, and what could we learn from these other countries? What could we learn?
And she and her other public health experts in Nicaragua refused to lock down.
That's pretty much everything you need to know about the Russell Brand Show. Hey, these other countries, they are fighting imperialism, and they're trying to resist, the forces of capitalism, global capitalism, and all this. They didn't lock down. They didn't lock down for COVID. Oh, great lesson. Anything else? No, that's it. That's all we're allowed to say, because if we get into any other stuff about economics, they will unsubscribe.
So what do you hang on to define yourself as distinct from a more and more populist right? You can also say a pseudo-populist right that's taking up the mantle of issues that used to be considered left, like anti-war, like you have right-wingers. The only people in Congress who are voting against funding this insane proxy war in Ukraine are right-wingers.
He's like, the right-wingers are taking up the mantle of left-wing causes. Like how when this pretty conservative Democrat president passed a very mild loan forgiveness thing, they all lost their minds because that's communist and socialist. So yeah, Max, that tracks, buddy. They're the new left-wingers. They're the new left-wingers because they agree with some of the left, I guess, on one thing. Good job, buddy. You do what you do.
I will say Russ's content a little bit weird, but seems like generally a sweet guy.
Russell, if you want to do yoga together, put me on your channel. Get me some of those views. Get me some of those views from some of those kooks, okay? I would love to do yoga with Russ. I imagine he goes to some famous person villa or whatever. He goes to some yoga villa, and I would I'll be like, I'm friends with Russ now. And I go, but I would eat like a giant meal before I go, and we would just be doing downward dogs and all that, and I'd be like, sorry, Russ. I still want to stay. I still want to say, but sorry. And they're like, who invited that guy? Like, sorry, Russ. I don't know. I think that would be the funniest. That would be if anybody hangs out with Russ. He invites you to the yoga chateau or whatever. Poop your pants there. All these wellness people around. Get a garbage bag. You have your shitty pants in a garbage bag. You're like, sorry, guys. Nice. And you're shaking all the wellness yoga people saying, sorry, guys. Russ invited me. Russell Brand invited, and you're holding sorry, man.
I, honest to God, never thought I would see something like
No, baby. Guess who?
Okay.
From Joe Biden.
Right.
From really any American president.
Wow.
Last night, the president of the United States gave the most demagogic, dangerous speech I've ever heard from an American president. Truly.
Wow.
And a lot of people out there right now on the left side of the aisle screaming about Donald Trump and his January 6th speech.
Right.
I really hated Donald Trump's January 6th speech.
Well, all the other ones too. This is a great classic Benny Shapiro video. I love, he's one of the greats. He's one of the great YouTubers of our time. Benny T. Shapiro, Esquire. This is one of the great videos because it really seems like he's trying to stretch this thing. He's trying to stretch this thing out a little bit. He's trying to get over the 10-minute mark on this one. You know what I mean? This is one of the most detestable things people on YouTube do is I got to stretch this out. I got to drag this dead body of a YouTube video over the 10-minute mark because there's some theory that it'll get me in the algorithm or whatever.
Blood red.
Okay.
And behind him are two American Marines who are in shadow, except for their white-gloved hands.
Right.
And behind him, there's a pale light that looks like, because of the way this is lit, it looks like the throne room of the Emperor from Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
It's the worst piece of presidential image-making ever. The site that it really is known for liberty and for and for democracy and legality.
Right.
And what if we light it blood red?
Oh.
Blood red. And we put the president in front of the blood red site.
Yeah,
so it'll be red and black.
We got it.
Like the fascist color pattern. Let's do that.
Those are our colors.
And then...
Okay, so a lot of burning time, but okay, what else we got? We got some images. We got some images from pop culture. Okay, let's check this out.
That was not Photoshopped, that picture of Joe Biden. That was a not Photoshopped. I mean, Scar from Lion King. It's insane.
That was not Photoshopped, that picture of Joe Biden. That was a not Photoshopped image.
Oh, you gotta love Ben Shapiro. He's like, this is not a Photoshopped image. This is not a Photoshopped image, man. And I think Ben Shapiro fancies himself like, I'm illegal. I can do legal trickery. Technically, I'm not lying. Legally, I'm not lying. But I would urge him to check out Photoshop because Photoshop does contain the crop tool. You idiot, you. You idiot little turd. You little piece of puke. You little unflushed. You know what Ben Shapiro is? He's that bag from the yoga retreat we were talking about earlier.
One who agrees with him. This was a pure campaign speech, but it is laced through with the kind of seething hatred for his fellow Americans that I have not seen. Truly, it
means these people are perverts.
Despicable.
Wow.
Here's the President of the United States, Captain Unity over here.
This is the most unhinged speech I ever seen in my 21 years.
Ben.
Okay, 30 whatever years. This is the most unhinged speech I ever seen in my whole life.
You are capable, you are qualified, you are powerful, and you have the ability to choose your life and determine your destiny.
Oh, boy.
Don't let the Democrats take you for granted. Don't let them step on you. Don't let them destroy your families, your lives, and your future. Don't let them kill future generations because they told you and brainwashed you and fed you lies that you weren't good enough.
Woo! Yeah, I mean, I don't want to use that speech, that everybody made fun of to, make fun of. What it really is about, what I think it's important to take a lesson from things. When something's weird, you have to take a lesson out of it, And I think the lesson here, this is not about her, this is just sort of in general, something that pops into your head. If you're ever like, hey, I'm going to do a performance, maybe you're singing or you have to do a talent show at the high school or whatever. And you're like, I need a little pep in my step. Go with like a Red Bull, yellow Red Bull, maybe original Red Bull. You don't need to...
Sniffing. Because unlike Joe Biden and the radical left Democrats, our party is open to everyone.
Jeez.
Sniffing. It starts by rejecting radicals who want to drag us into the dark and embracing the man who represents a bright...
You all right, buddy? Just read the teleprompter, buddy. Come on, you get through it.
Sniffing. And beautiful future for all.
Right.
It starts by re-electing Donald J. Trump.
Very divisive. Very divisive. What is this? 1 in 4 adults not getting enough exercise. Well, then, who are you to judge? Maybe if I get a call from Russ to go on the yoga retreat, I'll do it. But until then.
Good evening and welcome to Tucker Carlson Tonight. If you're watching this right now, you are missing.
What is going on with your hair, dude? What are you, 10 years old? This is not grown man hair. This is little kid hair. Can I go on YouTube for an hour? I don't have homework tonight. With that hair.
As they say in the horror movies, it's coming from inside the house.
Whoa, Tuck, come on.
The single gravest threat to America today is Republican voters.
Right.
All 75 million of them. They are Nazis. Sniffing of them. They are Nazis and destroyers of democracy. They must be stopped.
Okay.
That is the message of Joe. Think about that.
Okay.
Does it make you nervous?
Yes.
You don't have to be a Trump voter to see a speech like this as a turning point in American history.
Right. We've never seen this before, and it's really got me.
Sniffing.
Last night's speech was a vicious, incredibly hostile incitement to violence for 45 to 50% of America.
Oh, God. Oh, boy.
Beat a kid in Walmart.
Supports a Make America Great Again agenda.
Oh.
I've never seen anything like this in my life. The use of the Marines was not an accident. It was a power play.
Exactly.
I'll show you what I mean in a second. Here's the first cut. First, this guy is dangerous, folks. If he's going to call us fascists and quote a threat to the Republic, I'll play that in a second. How do you handle threats to the Republic?
Prison.
You arrest them or you terminate them.
Right, ass. throw your ass
This
in
isn't a
jail.
political argument. He's calling you a threat to the republic. His
Deported.
words, not mine.
Right, deported. Oh.
The guy's turning into a dictator right in front of your eyes. If
Oh,
we're not
God.
there already.
Okay.
We may be there already.
Oh, God, no.
He is clearly...
I love Dan Bongino, because, you know, unlike Tucker Carlson, he's not like he doesn't look and sound and act like a character from the movie Metropolitan or something. He actually seems like a guy that you would meet, like if you live in Florida, if you live anywhere, you would, you know, hey, you know, you have a friend, you're like, hey, this is my cousin's husband. She found him at work. She met him at work. He works in the sales department and he married her. He just seems like a guy you would meet in real life. That's what I like about Dan Bongino. And you meet a guy like this and you're just like, how did this happen? How did we let society have so many cracks that there are people like this? There are people like this wandering the earth. Why did we let this happen?
Can you imagine a more perilous situation?
No.
Than the commander-in-chief in charge of our military,
right,
our DOJ, our FBI,
right,
talking like this to 45 to 50% of America. Listen to this disgrace.
Too much.
Okay, I'm a Bongino fan now. I'm a Bongino bro now. Hey, play that disgrace. Play that disgrace. Well, guys, you know, we're looking at a lot of our favorite perverts today, so I don't think it wouldn't be a full day.
It wouldn't be a full scrap.
It wouldn't feel right if we left out, yeah, that's right, a full-blown, uncurable
Chuck Jack. Whoa, it's a Chuck Jack. Whoa, it's a Chuck Jack.
Read it carefully. I didn't watch it live. I don't want to ruin my evening. I know many of you thought the same.
Yeah.
Vomit-inducing authoritarian speech. But as I watched it, I said, wait.
That was me and Chuck.
Whoa. I've watched a lot of speeches in my short decade career of doing this.
Right.
He chooses to give this speech at Independence Hall.
Pervert.
Place where our freedom was articulated into words. One of the course of human events becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands that have tied them to another, deriving from the...
Right. This is another thing I've learned from watching like way too many of Charlie Kirk's videos. And Charlie Kirk's huge on like the radio and podcasts and all that. Not great numbers on YouTube. But one recurring Charlie Kirk theme is Charlie Kirk has like a 9 or 10-year-old's view of American history. Like, I think Charlie Kirk learned about like early America, like early United States history from like a book that's like 90% like cartoons or drawings, giant font, you know. You know, if I was a history teacher for little kids, I'd be like, yeah, look, it's okay to give a dumbed down version of this stuff. And then you're like, we'll get to the reality behind this. We'll get to the reality that these guys who were like, free, we must be freed. Men need liberty. All men need liberty. What about this black guy? No. Okay, hold on. None of these problems exist for Charlie, like the many, let's just call them intricacies of the early, of early American crap, because Charlie Kirk stopped at the like little kid version of history. As you're supposed to move past.
And this beautiful Independence Hall was desecrated.
Okay, so we got to work those two words into our everyday life. Desecration and disgrace. This is a disgrace. Like you see someone ate your food in the lunchroom at work or whatever. This is a disgrace. Who desecrated my lunch? Who desecrated my Papa John's?
And 2 Marines come out and flank him. And these red lights are there all throughout the speech. And then Joe Biden walks all the way out to center stage.
Oh, and he was
sniffing.
And the imagery,
yes,
looked like something out of the 1930s. And I don't say this lightly.
Of
and
course
I can't stand when everyone compares everything to Nazi Germany. I think that is overdone.
Yes.
I think that it is just kind of a lazy and sloppy throwaway line. The muscular class. In fact, we have a rule here on the Charlie Kirk Show, which is not to compare everything to Hitler.
Right, Kirk's rule.
But I'll be very honest. It was very Hitlerian.
Oh,
there
hilarious? Hilarious? Oh, Hitlerian. Okay, got it.
No other explanation than this.
Right.
Also, check out Pop Culture Crisis. But don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to this channel, share the show with your friends.
I'll think about it.
Let's get into the latest updates from Joe Biden's speech.
Okay.
From Fox News.
Why not?
MSNBC's Eugene Robinson describes Biden's speech as urgent wartime address, as network keeps evoking civil war.
Ooh.
They say.
It's
Washington
confirmed.
Post columnist and MSNBC.
It's confirmed. It's confirmed. Civil War II, the battle continues. It's going to happen.
Analyst Eugene Robinson described President Biden's polarizing Thursday speech in Philadelphia as an urgent wartime address, continuing MSNBC's recent fascination with a possible civil war. Shut up, Fox News.
Jesus.
You pathetic weirdos.
Oh.
MSNBC is not wrong. You're free to hate them for their
Calm
politics. But this is the stupidest writing ever. Their fascination with civil war. It has been talked about across the board from everyone, left to right. And while the left and the right have their people who believe it may not happen.
Yeah.
What Fox News is doing here is annoyingly stupid.
Whoa, can you say that?
Just playing this MSNBC is so dumb.
Calm down. Calm down, dude. That's another missed opportunity for Tim Pool's musical career, is he could have called that album Civil War Songs or something like that, you know? That's this guy's thing. It's been a couple years, at least, with his Civil War prediction. We're still... I don't know where...
People keep saying a civil war is coming. I would say a civil war is here, she said.
Wow.
I have another article.
Oh, another
MSNBC historian compares Biden's speech to Lincoln, FDR before Civil War and World War II.
Wow, it's confirmed. It's confirmed. It's confirmed. I was right the whole time.
They are effectively saying what Joe Biden did was declare war.
Ooh.
You don't come out...
Oh, Mike. Whoa, bro. Wow. I guess the only question is, where is this Civil War going to be fought?
You go in the middle of the woods. You go in the middle of the woods.
Okay.
And it's funny to see Vosh suckling the teat of the establishment, because I'll say that...
Hell yeah, bro. I'm mad as... I think maybe he watched Network or something. I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take...
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
Calm down, man. I'm mad as hell, and I'm not going to take it anymore. The top of my head is hot as hell, but I'm not going to take this off ever again anymore.
And I see Vosh cheering for it.
Oh.
And when I asked him about it, he says, I was...
Drama alert. YouTube drama alert. Okay.
I can't necessarily blame him for being too young to remember.
Right.
But it's fascinating. This is how this country operates. Young people with no experience come in and then vote based on the whims of social movements.
Right. And you got to do it based on super chat money. You got to do it based on the amount of money you can make. Everyone knows you got to do it based on who can I squeeze the most money out of. That's the calculation, you idiots.
So there we go, guys. Just a peek
into the world of YouTube. What would we call this? YouTube online goofs. Well, guys, it's Labor Day. Wow, so I shouldn't even be uploading this. So, you know, maybe you do some
sniffing,
you know, and then maybe you do this. But whatever you do, don't engage in
coordinated, inauthentic behavior.
And I will see you later. Bye-bye. Hey guys, you're only getting a fraction of the weekly shows. If you want a new motherfucking episode every day, subscribe on Patreon for as little as 2 bones. You get the patron-only Tuesday and Thursday shows, the Bookablega show where we look at important books, and the goddamn weekly behind-the-scenes show. And for only 25 bones, you could become a producer and get your name up here. Look at these people. These people make this show possible. If it wasn't for them, nothing. We don't have a show. We got nothing, and it's garbage. And we have to just leave. We have to just basically walk away, and we don't even really know where we're walking. That's the truly troubling part about all this. But please, become a patron today. For as little as 2 bones, or 5 bones is another level, or 10, or you go the full 25 and you get up here. Big special thanks to these people. Love you guys. Love you guys so much.